departure time yet. I'll give it to you when we're going in the door. I want you to get a full hour. If someone wants to come back later, I'm going to give you not take kind of a brochure. You simply come down and see inside.
Wow. Book of Kells. I know. It's incredible. Yeah, I know.
Inside here, and I've been up here thousands of times. Well, you gotta get them to slow down.
Filming them.
Keep up with it for you.
Yeah, we're gonna follow him.
Try keep it. You know, you could get a great picture in a minute because they're going to be in front of a building here that is very like a building from your country. Yeah, we got to leave them.
Yeah, there they go.
All the way.
$16.49. That is an old place.
There's just coming into view now. You see it? That's where the longest fight was in movie history. You can see why we can't go down with a bus. We wouldn't have a hope of turning a bus down there. We will be coming back this way. We kind of do a circle of the mountain. They're the Mom Turk of the 12-pin mountain ranges ahead of us now. We will do a circle of it. The John Wayne movie really made it. The white man made this area.
This is gorgeous.
And tell me the name of this place.
Palmore Abbey.
And these are the gardens.
Nuns run it.
Benedictine nuns. Okay.
We're gonna have to buy some chocolate and maybe some soap. We'll see.
That gets you. See, this is video worthy. Gosh, it's an incredible place. I've never seen such beauty. I think it's just because it's so the contrast between those mountains and the greenery is
The
just
mountain in the background. I said, wow.
dang. It's really something. Well, we'll keep going. That's a little unusual.
It's this because somebody got him up. Somebody got too close and made him
Oh,
get up.
made them get up, yeah. Come on, they're right next to the chapel here, guys. All right, all right, all right. That's what I sound like, Joan, when I haven't had any lunch.
No, that sounds like you when you haven't had any.
That's what I meant. It's funny, this is Protestant in the middle of all this Catholicism here, huh? We're at a fjord. Another beautiful place. No rain. Good Lord's blessing us today. Oh, sure.
Probably not going to eat it all.
One and turn. One and now three. 1, 2, 3 and turn. One and turn. And turn. 1, 2, 3. Party down from my back of the pagan tradition. Oh, baby, farming, you're the tea, not better, baby. I'm a soul, better me, it's better me, so. Be the crawling, mamma me, she begging the dream more. Oh, pretty much, she reckon, began on your phone more. A scale of her, here I go, what the hell I want to. All together, so better me, it's better me, the store. Be the crawling, mamma me, she begging the dream more.
Just see what you're like at the Gaelic now. So I'm going to say this twice, and after I say it the second time, I want you to say it, and we'll see. Can you get your tongue around it? So I'm going to say it once, then give me a chance to say it a second time, and then you all try it. So Pogue Mahone, Pogue Mahone.
Og Mahone.
Now that's fairly good. That means kiss my ass. I told you now, so you'll have it forgotten by the time we get to the island. That is not the greeting you would be giving the driver for the same way. Look at all this network of fields.
Oh my gosh.
They be all little different ownerships on a lot of these. And if you look at some of them, you'll see kind of a V shape. See the V shape on the left where they hunt the cattle from one field to another. You see there on the left, the gaps. So they couldn't afford gates. Now this place in the famine, everybody disappeared. All the houses were gone. These are all new, but the old houses are kind of shrines to those who lost their lives. So some of them have been repaired, but others are just left there standing, the ruins of them, and they'll never be knocked down. It's seen as very unlucky to knock them down. Look on the left, a couple of ruins there. These have been done up again. See the ones on the right, the one with the red door, that's been done up. That was a famine house. But look at the ones here on the left. You see the way there's very little of them left? They'll never be knocked. They're just shrines. There's another small one, a couple of small ones up to the right. And another one here on the left again. You can just make out the red windows. They used whitewash and they used red windows. That was meant to be a welcoming colour, the red.
This will be our boat right here. Try pronouncing Drakna Faraj. Yeah, right.
My sister-in-law was great. Yeah. I'm always
There's a view.
going down. Yeah, I don't know.
So our host said the Red Bull Cliff Divers.
Yeah, I'm not
would jump off
I'm with you. I'm not.
here
Like in a dream, I
for the
could-
sport of cliff diving.
I kind of get so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to the edge of that, there's another platform underneath that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
So
I'm,
you
I'm
fall-
still
you-
okay just going this
You got one more chance.
But this is
I'm
a great
still okay.
photograph angle here.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is beautiful.
We're on the cliffs of Moher are the furthest bit away there, and they're double the height of this.
Look how blue that is.
I know, that's what I was looking at. We're backing down this road because we cannot turn around to go down here and go forward.
That's right.
Well, soon we have to catch our ferry back to Galway, and we've been over here, Erie, how do they pronounce it? Iron. The island, the biggest of the three islands, had Ishmore. And so we're going to go back and make our 3:30 departure and have more of a good time this evening. There's a lot of these little tourist wagons going around. It rained this morning pretty good, but it's beautiful now. The sun's out, it looks great. So guess we better go.
The Irish were getting two flies going up a wall. There, see TK Maxx? That is TJ Maxx. So TK and TJ are the same thing.
Remember you were.
Now there's a graveyard straight up here now. We're going to go up past it. You might want to have your cameras ready.
Talking about the,
There's a guy called Lord
that you
Ha
were wondering
Ha.
if that really was a betting shop.
And
Oh, yeah,
Lord
it
Ha
is.
Ha
Yeah.
was American, and he came over during the war, and he first got work for BBC, but then the Germans recruited him, and he became a propagandist for the Germans. He had a real kind of posh English accent, even though he's American. He was putting it on, and he was really making it look like the Germans were winning the war, but eventually the British got hold of him and they executed him. So the Americans didn't want him back, and the British didn't want him. But his parents were from Galway, so he's buried up here in the graveyard up here, Lord Ha Ha. Now you won't get to see his grave because it's too far back, but you will get to see the grave of Seamus O'Flaherty. Now Seamus O'Flaherty was born here on the right hand side, and he was 7 times world crossword champion. And nobody has ever won the crossword championship 7 times. And his gravestone is just inside an entrance here. So if you have your cameras ready and you're quick, you might get a photograph of Seamus O'Flaherty's gravestone. It's just a little further up now. Tombstone, yeah. So see where the red van is, the entrance here now. Just past that in Garden Slope, and I'll point out where it is. Okay, so Seamus O'Flaherty, 7 times world crossword champion. If you look in there, you work your way down to the left, he's buried 4 down and 7 across.
Very funny. Going into County Clare, our Hennessy relatives, Hennessy's that preceded us.
Now, do you see the way it's going up the mountain? You see it? See the way it's snaking up to the right and over the top? And that's the one we were looking at from the other side. And there's another one here on the right. And on the right hand side there's Famine Relief Road. So these were all an acts of goodwill by the British landlords. Just trying to keep the Irish alive. Another one up there on the right, smaller one. Because there was no need for them. That's rock splitting rock. You weren't going to divide animals up there. It's just pointless. But see, in London, they weren't going to come over and look. They trusted the landlord. If he said he needed a wall built, they said, oh, well, he must need one built. And the only ones there to do it is the Irish Catholics. So give them a bit of time. This is what we call a slat house on the right. So that's where the cattle would spend their winter drunk. You see all their food is there on the right hand side, so they'll be in there for the winter. And then the waste goes down into a basement area through the slats in the floor. That's why it's called a slat house. And they pump that out then on the fields then next spring, so that the grass grows up good, and they then harvest that grass and bale it up.
The Hennessy
Coming up
family
down
would
the
have
right,
been
just past these barns.
would be quite happy here.
So
County
Look,
Clare.
the first bit of the castle you'll see the arrow slits, the kind of narrow windows for defence, and then the classical style, the other side more for a home for living in. But look, if you're caught, if you need to grab a sandwich just before you get in the bus, you know, that's fine as well.
More of County Clare, heading for the Cliffs of Moher.
We won't be at the cliffs much more. We're a little over an hour, maybe that'll be it. We're kind of caught. We've a ferry to catch that we can't miss. We're taking a right down here, down the bottom of the hill, and we're going to go up through the town itself.
So it's Saturday, we're at the Cliffs of Moher, and a little past noon, so we get an hour here. And so we're going to go up and get our pictures. And we're in County Clare, which is home country for me, I guess. Definitely for our ancestors
And they took a boat ride.
from the Hennessy family.
Yeah.
I'm going uphill, so I'm probably going to start breathing hard, so I better quit, huh? Anyway, take some more pictures when we get to the top. Trying to catch up with the spousal unit. And the nice cows over here, and you can see the people walking along the edge. And I'm bouncing up and down as I walk. Trying to catch Joan. But I'll get there. Lots and lots of tourists, that's for sure. But we're on a schedule, that's why we're huffing it along here so we can. But we saw it, it's beautiful. So we're trying to see if there's any puffins or not. I guess we don't need that, do we? Okay, so I'm going to I'm zooming in, Joan, as tight as I can. Might be able to see something. Give me a break. Okay. I'm not really sure I'm seeing any, but I mean, when we study it after it's at home.
Ferry like this.
Yeah, ferry ride, hon.
You did, or?
Yeah, I thought it would be, or we just stay on the bus. River Shannon. Loud. Yeah, we can move. That's the exhaust.
Even I drink, I always feel single. Even single when you're married can be a bit of a problem. I'm looking for a wife again.
Are you going to the matchmaking? Are you going to the matchmaking festival down the road?
Oh, I take any man's wife, I don't mind.
There's everybody back there. The whole crew. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's giving us the blessing. There he is. Bye, Cherry. Just a little bit of wind, to say the least. And white caps. A still picture wouldn't do it good, though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do it justice. Yeesh. That's why the door's closed.
Yeah. You have to really look and see. You know, he said this is a big lake, but you have to see how big it really is. Look at some maps.
Yeah. Actually, I'll pull a map up on my phone here. Okay, so we're taking refuge with lunch. So there's what's left of lunch. Sandwiches and stuff.
Very wet.
Yeah, now I got to show that part.
It's
Got to
a
show
torrential mist.
Yeah, torrential mist out there. It's beautiful gardens, but a little wet, so we're in here. It's just coming down good. Wow. That's Ireland for you, right?
We're the drought busters of Ireland.
Yeah.
Now listen guys, I have 2 parts to your visit with me. I'd like to talk a little bit about my sheep, and when we're done with that we'll show you the dogs at work. We'll start with a variety called Wiltshire. They put on a winter coat like a cow, like a horse. Over the summer that coat will naturally shed like a cow or a horse. They are not wool, they are completely lamb Wiltshire. I get the assistance of a dog here, otherwise we'll be here all day.
Pick me, pick me.
Here everybody is Friesland. They come from Friesland between Holland and Germany, and they are milk and the making of cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're doing the double. They're beautiful.
Lie down. Now then, dogs are smiling, shepherds smiling, cheese.
See how she creeps up. Yeah. Yeah.
So if the sheep have natural fear for the dog, if I control the dog, then I control where the sheep are going. And I'll move them to and fro across them for a moment so you get to see what I mean.
We're walking to our, we're in on Valencia Island in Skellig, and we're walking to our lunch because the bus would get trapped by a car and then we can't get out, so we're walking. Joan's up there a little ways, but anyway, we're going to have fish and chips. That'll be nice. They said it's the freshest fish. It's caught right out here in the waters out there. So we'll keep walking along. Very colorful, beautiful city. Gorgeous. There's some boats up here too, by the way. This is kind of pretty. Anyway, there's boats. Okay, so I don't fall, I better stop. We're heading to the Blarney Castle. So Joan can be full of more Blarney. Right? You're not going to react to that, are you?
You're already overflowing with it.
I'm overflowing. We're like little chickens, aren't we? Oh, this is just such a beautiful place. Just beautiful. Just right there, little artwork. So this is the manor house that it's private. I don't think you can go in it. But that's okay. Anyway. Oh no, this is the one where they charge you to go in.
Yeah,
The Blarney House. You can tour it, but we're not going to tour it. Besides that, we only have like an hour and a half, and then we got to get going. So, yeah, yep, you're right. There's people in there.
And a gargoyle. You see the gargoyle?
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool gargoyle.
That's a cool gargoyle.
I gotta take that. There you go. That's neat. Hi, gargoyle. Okay, now we can go. See those crows sitting on top? They're just waiting for us to leave so they can eat whatever crumbs are here. And we're not supposed to feed them, though. Or are we, dear? Whoa, you're in giant mode. You're a giant. Oh no, now you're regular size again. Anyway. Okay. But we're eating lunch, so got to stop.
Order lady of the house, this is what would happen. You'd be shown him to the anteroom next door where your courier is standing. These doors would be kept closed. And when the order lady were good and ready, you'd come in. Now, if you kept hitting the castle back in the 1990s, you could stand out the landing here, you could look up and you could see sunlight. The roof is collapsed, the ceiling is caved in.
Laid the foundation for what we now know as modern day American tap dancing, which we see in many of our favourite Broadway shows. Oh, and Juba. And some of us who've just walked in, this actually was a real life, you know, like a dancing battle, which back at the time was known as a Terpsichorean duet. And there was a $200 cash prize on the table here. So there you can see, like, no, John's picking up the trick from Juba. Juba's doing the same for himself. So we can see how, like, no, these kind of mixed and interwove and went in and out of one another. So they do kind of like foot over the heel like that.
So it's Friday morning. It's time for us to head back to the good old US of A. But this has been a beautiful place, wonderful trip. We're over to see the peacock at the moment. So we're out in the gardens. A little breezy today. And there is one of the peacocks. And I just told David about a squirrel, first squirrel we've seen since we've been here. Hello! Gosh, can you believe that we'd be that excited about a peacock? It's not excited about us though, is it? Anyway, this is a beautiful place. No doubt about it. Okay. Don't pee on me. Thank you. I'm talking to this.
Jacket in the bag to go through
We'll
security.
slow up here and see if you can see the long neck sheep. Should be
Something I don't have. The next one.
in this enclosure. Well, he's moving.
Oh yeah, there he is.
You can see him
There
here.
he is, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's laying down.
The long neck.
Yeah. Over here. I'm not sure you can see him from this angle.
Yeah, just be lying down the shade behind the shed there.
Yeah.
He was like,
Oh yeah, there.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
There he is laying down.
But David got on standing up there a minute ago. He was all excited about having. He said, "You should see the neck of this long neck sheep." Then, of course, Carl told him it was a lamb.
Llama. We're leaving. Sad day. In many ways. Yeah. There's a picture you don't get every day. Look.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh,